I suspect you are wanting to ask me how did Hakuho lose to Shodai for the first time in 3 years. It was all rather helter-skelter, but the Yokozuna did make several attempts at a winning move, perhaps not in the right places. I have 101 theories. Judging by my viewing figures, you'll be among the privileged few to learn of them. First, let's hear from Shodai himself. I was under constant pressure, but I stood up to him well. Normally I'd have just rushed forward, but today I picked my moment well. I'm not in bad condition at all. I have days when I think everything's building up to a win, but it doesn't work out that way. But everything's been a useful experience this tournament. No comment from Hakuho, so let's go to NHK pundit Mainumi. You might say it smacks of desperation, but there were so many unnecessary movements from Hakuho. He slapped from the right at the tachi-ai, but didn't hurt Shodai, and that's when he became flustered. What I think Shodai did well was to move his head rightwards at the tachi-ai to take the sting out of the face slap. Fellow NHK pundit Araiso Oyakata, the ex-Kisenosato. The Yokozuna became so confused. Shodai mounted a textbook defense against that face slap. Then, by firmly pinning the elbow from below, he was able to cut inside the Yokozuna's defenses. That was also a textbook attack. Sumo chairman Kaku, a staunch Hakuho ally. I wonder what was up with Hakuho. He wasn't relaxed at all and looked confused from the off. He had no sticking power and got all het up by himself. The destination of the title still depends on Hakuho, though. The question is, can he rebuild his spirit? Next, an ex-professional wrestler I happened to meet tonight in the bar run by Kotoshoho's parents. Why does Hakuho persist with those face slaps? There's no need for him to do it. If he just goes for the inside right at the tachi-ai, the match is his. That was one of the more interesting conversations I have had of late. The guy had been a sumo wrestler for 7 years, and although now out of the game for twice that long, still lets those experiences define who he is. We spoke for 2 hours, the topic never deviating from sumo once. Every minute he spoke, bringing him tantalizingly closer to the past he can never quite get back. I'm happy I came to Japan. As for Kotoshoho, well, maybe you know, he's now leading the Division 2 title race after a strong offensive display against veteran and fellow Saitama Sakai graduate Akiseyama. Next up for him is Chiyomaru's brother Chiyotori, who he beat by Yorikiri force-out last time. It was fascinating to discuss possible tactics with all present. I reckon Kotoshoho's hoping to encroach from the right, propel the right arm inside, bring the outside left across to the belt, and get the force out from there. Let's see if that's what he does. The top division leader is now Aoiyama, who beat rival title chaser Mitakeumi and sent him into a sulk. We take things one at a time, the Bulgarian said, just 3 days of the tournament to go. I often train with Mitakeumi, so I thought I'd fight him as I would in training. Yet again he references the practice area atmosphere which so helps him concentrate. He's going very well, and we've got to bump him up the fight card, said Judging Division Director Nishikido Oyakata. Expect a match with either Takakeisho or a Yokozuna on Saturday. And here's an interesting stat regarding the title race. Not since November 2008 has Hakuho suffered 2 defeats by day 12 and gone on to win the title. Meaning, on that evidence, he looks about as done for as Bernie Sanders. Elsewhere, Asanoyama hit double figures for the 4th successive tournament and is now 2 wins away from a guaranteed Ozeki promotion. Even 1 victory might be enough. It doesn't matter about the rank, he said. I give it my all and will approach every day with a challenger's mentality from start to finish. Asked about his approach to tomorrow's match with Hakuho, he replied, if we get locked in a belt battle with our favored grips, it's advantage Yokozuna. So I've just got to hit hard and go forward relentlessly. And if I lose despite all that, fair enough. His score is important, but most important is the style, said Nishikido, underlining how keen the judging division are to promote him. In other news, Kaisei admitted to putting power water in his mouth by mistake, which nobody is supposed to do during virus season. Ishiura said he was relieved to get his 8th win, but is in no mood to relax and wants to show his desire over the final 3 days. Little Enho admitted he was not measuring up to the highest level after posting a losing score. We assume Hakuho has dropped his threat to retire because of it. Takarafuji was delighted to secure his first winning score in 3 tournaments against fellow Kindai University graduate Tokushoryu, adding that Tokushoryu's title win spurs him on. And Yutakayama attributed his great run of form, 5 wins in a row now, to the victory over a certain university sumo rival. The Asanoyama win changed everything, he said. The manner of that victory impelled me to build on it with solid sumo each day. I hope to look back on this tournament positively come day 15. I think the same can be said for all of us.